Pacific people across Aotearoa, New Zealand are engaging with Māori in new ways and uniting on how to honour Te Tiriti o Waitangi or the Treaty of Waitangi, while considering what a new constitution would look like for the multicultural nation. Waitangi Day, held on February the 6th, is one of the most important days on the calendar for Māori. Thousands of people are gathering on Waitangi Treaty grounds, where the founding document was signed in 1840. Elisha Foon reports.
The annual commemorations carry on the kōrero or talanoa that began at last month's nationwide hui, which also included Pacific leaders. Former Minister of Pacific Peoples Aupito William Seal says Pacific leaders of all ages are standing in solidarity with the country's Indigenous people. Following the change of government, he hopes new cultural conversations acknowledge the connections between Māori and Pacific and carve an inclusive way forward for all.
Hey, we really need to have a conversation, a serious conversation about what it means to be a nation of Aotearoa New Zealand, what the treaty actually means for not just Māori but for all New Zealanders.
Aupito William Seal says as a nation, New Zealand must be aligned with its multicultural identity. The change in government has become a cultural catalyst, sparking fresh dialogue led by Kingitanga, the Māori King movement, around creating a new constitution, with Pasifika alongside Pakeha, key partners in that conversation.
Now is an opportunity for our Pacific leaders and our young leaders that are coming through in both public and private sector to really think hard about how do we build social structures to strengthen these links going forward where Māori and Pacific are supporting one another.
Shortly after the election last year, Pacific Health leader Sir Colin Tukuitonga boldly stepped down from his roles within all government groups after citing no confidence in the new coalition government.
Given the way the new coalition government is approaching te reo and Māori generally, I expect that Pacific people might be more active.
Mr. Seal says about 20% of the population have ancestry connections to Māori. Political commentator Thomas Wayne says there is a cohort of young people identifying with being both Māori and Pasifika.
We are the manuhiri, we are the guests here, we are the visitors here, and Māori are the tangata whenua. But we understand that there is a genealogical, cultural, waka, voyaging, linguistic, genealogical relationship to the people of this land. I think there's a sense that we just need to turn up. And much like with families, sometimes in a family, someone in that family is facing a challenge. They just want to be able to turn around and see that we're there and that we are present and that we stand with them. And I think that's really important. And there are lots of different ways that we can do that.
Mr. Seal says politicians come and go, but it is people that remain. And they ultimately have the power to shape the future of Aotearoa New Zealand.
How do we firm up the Tiriti of Waitangi as a foundation document once and for all? Those are important issues, and whether we should be putting together a constitution where it requires 2/3 majority of Parliament to change it so that you don't have a situation where any politician come along with some wacky ideas and decide we'll get rid of that. I think those are conversations that must be had.
Mr. Seal says the country must be united over honouring the nation's founding document while also embracing New Zealand's diverse and multicultural reality.